Hey, Gary, good morning. Thanks for doing this. We appreciate it. Uh, how obviously the team is now facing yet another injury. It's a bizarre list of injuries. How do you guys overcome now Aaron's absence?
We just, we've been there already this year at some point where we've been shorthanded, but it's no excuse not to go out there and play hard and try to give ourselves a chance to win. I think that's the uniqueness about this team is that we've dealt with this so many times already this year with different guys out of the lineup and out from injuries or rest. Um, so you kind of you adjust. And one thing about the league is it's a make or miss league. So we go out there and play, the way we're supposed to play and stick to our principles. We give ourselves a chance to, come out with a win.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Gary, you've been in this position for before, having to fill in for Aaron during the playoffs. What did you learn from that experience that you can lean on as you go through this next stretch here?
Just trying to take advantage of it. Be more vocal and just try to add some offense and defense when it comes to picking up the slack from him not being on the court. And the main thing is just trying to have our guys executing in the right spots. I can't assume guys are going to always be in the right spots. And I think the last couple of games I've been way more vocal to our guys that when I'm on the court, just talking to guys and if I see a play before it happened, just allowing talking to Cole like get there or T Ross get here. And I think it's giving those guys more comfort. So tonight just being able to do it on both ends of the floor, getting guys in the right spots offensively, because the biggest thing for us is execution, on the offensive end, and just give ourselves a chance. We can't go out there just freelance, trying to get score points.
Roy Perry, Orlando Sentinel.
Morning, Gary. Just kind of building off the first question a little bit. Obviously, this season has been like any other in terms of the injuries that the team has faced with the pandemic going on, all of the testing, no fans, etc. Just how mentally challenging has this season been, and how do you feel like the team has handled all of that?
There's there was a bit a time where it was kind of you could feel the energy, where the guys were kind of injury after another and just getting so close and falling a little short. But I think we're professionals first, and I think some guys have been in situations like this throughout their careers, and just being able to come out there and just this is your job, and you gotta play to win every night, and just giving yourself a chance. As you guys know, we are giving ourselves a chance just about every game, up until the third quarter, and then we kind of fall apart. I think a guy's just being able to be locked in for the entire game, and just understanding that we're short-handed, so it's not okay to just be okay. We gotta be as close to perfect as possible, and I think if we approach the game right, locked in, executing, and knowing how well we got to play to give ourselves just a chance to win. I think guys will, you'll see a different outcome here tonight.
Josh Cohen, OrlandoMagic.com.
Having played the Raptors just 2 days ago, what makes them so difficult to score against in the paint? Obviously, they're one of the best teams at protecting the inside, preventing teams from scoring inside.
They do a lot of they're inside out team. So they take away layups and basically let you beat them off the dribble and drive into their help. And as long as we're making the right passes, and creating the swing, we'll get wide open shots. I think as you saw last game, we were right there in the end. Towards the end, we were still in it, and because they kept putting us on the foul line because we were able to close those, attack those closeouts and so forth. I think, again, just being able to execute and knowing how to present yourself, when they double vooch. Most teams are trying to like double vooch, take away his post ups, and we got to give him help, and relief for him to make the right play because a lot of times we just kind of either cut and then bring our man to trap him, or just being aware and giving our offense opportunity by being in the right spots and knowing what we're trying to get every possession down the court, even if it's a blitz. So just being in the right spots, and I think we kind of hurt ourselves more so than what they kind of did because we played them several times before, and it's just one of those things where we got to be in the right spots and know what we are trying to get out of the blitzes from Vooch.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Gary, it's been more than a calendar year or so since you joined the team that day in LA and practiced for the first time at USC with them. What has this calendar year been like for you in terms of what it's meant to your career and your growth and development?
I didn't realize this, all these days and this time is kind of like been running together. I feel like I just got here, but for my career, I think the best thing that has happened to me is, Coach Cliff, his ability to teach, and you can learn and soak in so much stuff about the game. I've been able to be so much more knowledgeable about every aspect of the game, and I think I'm very thankful for that. And the opportunities just kind of continuously flowed into my advantage as for my career, is to be able to be on the court. It's one thing to be in the NBA, but another thing to be able to be out there and get reps and minutes. And I think Orlando's giving me such an opportunity, for my 10 days, to the end of the year, and then to now re-signing me, for the next 2 years. I think that it shows their belief in me, from when you starting in the bubble and playing against in the first playoffs, and then now all these opportunities I'm continuously getting. It shows their belief in me, from Coach Cliff to Jeff to John. I think it's been huge for my career, and for me personally as a player. It's just where I came from as far as my mentality and my approach to the game is totally different now. I feel like an NBA player now. I feel like I know the ins and outs of what to expect from on the court and off the court, and I'm honestly just blessed to be with an organization like this. I finally kind of feel at home, and the appreciation for everyone. And, I don't know. I just mentally I feel in a really good place with from top to bottom. I guess of course these L's are no good for anyone, but I think in all you can see the fight in the guys. In every game, even though we come out not victorious.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Gary, as you look back at that year, where do you think you've made the biggest growth in your game over that time span?
Maybe my my defensive reading. I'm not the quickest with my feet. And everyone knows me for my shooting, which isn't being the greatest lately. But I think I've given myself such a chance because of my ability to knowing the game, knowing what to expect, studying. I think that's the biggest growth I can say personally, is that the outcome may not come out everything, but I'm usually very aware of what play call the other teams call in, and what getting our guys organized, and when I'm in the game of what's to come. So I think that's the biggest part. I wish my shooting was consistent as my growth with everything else, but I think for me as a player, that stuff is going to come, shots are going to fall, but for me to be able to know the game and know what the other team, the opponent's trying to get and trying to take it away, I think that's bigger. That's a lot more important than other things.
Go ahead, Daniel, follow up.
Yeah, Gary, you've made a lot of growth, obviously, learning with the team being, thin at the forward position now with Aaron's injury, Chuma potentially coming back. How can you help a young guy like Chuma along as a young guy who learned a lot over the last year here?
Before his injury, I was trying to talk to him a lot, when we were walking through things and, we were going through, we have an early morning walkthrough with the younger guys and myself and, Mo, and just trying to, make sure we're sharp before practice. And I was just kind of like, giving them knowledge, like, if you don't understand or you don't know it, just, please just ask, because, for a coach like Cliff, it's not okay to ask when we're going through it. It's better to ask before, because you're putting delay in practice. Just being like, just be informed as much as you can. Like, people say it all the time, but you can't know enough about, what's to come. So if you come into practice, sit down with coach, try to figure out what we're doing in practice before practice, so that you can be aware, and you don't have to be the person that set practice back because you're not paying attention, or you're not aware, you don't know, or you just forgot. And in this league, it's not enough. It's everyone's adults, men, so it's not enough to forget plays or forget coverages. And that's the main thing I told him. We had a talk after one of our walkthroughs, and I was just like, look, bro, I don't know much. I'm new here, but one thing I learned is, if I don't know, I'm gonna ask before we walk through, and I'm gonna sit down and be as knowledgeable as you possibly can, because the offense and defense, all that stuff is going to come within the game. You're going to get a feel for it, but the knowledge of the game and knowing what to expect is, gives yourself more of a chance than your talents will.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Gary, you probably, well, maybe you do spend time on social media, but certainly not as much as us writers. And one of the biggest topics has been the Kyle Lowry box out, on which Aaron hyperextended his knee. How much has that been a discussion point between your teammates over the last 48 hours?
Well, we can't, we don't really be around each other, as much as we usually would be, because of the, protocols and stuff like that. We don't have, yesterday we had off. So, guys were in at, several different times throughout the day. So the only person I saw yesterday was, I think, T. Ross. But we're cars are pulling in and out as we're coming in. So, we haven't had much time to talk about it, at all. I think, we're all aware of the situation. I think everyone else that's, watches it, has been following the situation from the bubble to now. You can make your own opinion about it. As far as, both of those guys are great players, but I think, you just got to address certain things that, are, unbasketball like, things. But other than that, our team, we're focused on trying to, get a W, and playing well. It's not okay just to get a W if we're still doing the same things that we've been doing. We're trying to play well and come out victorious.
Thank you.
Any final questions? Okay, thank you, Gary.